Everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. Had a good weekend. Hi, LJP. May the red boxes rain. Hopefully so. SGS, let's get it. Yeah, today's kind of like the final chance for it, really. I mean, I'll probably keep hunting it regardless, but today's kind of the final chance. I've got a realistic chance at getting it. So today, as you can tell, we are playing PSO. So basically, just a quick channel update before we get going. So a PSO 2 NGS video went live earlier today, just covering sort of the current issues with the, well, not so much issues, but just covering the current population of NGS and whether it's sustainable as is and what Sega can do to bring new players back in. So that's just gone live earlier today. The PSO lore videos will return next week. I just wanted to take 1 week off from them. On Monday, there will be a PSP2 video for members, and on Wednesday, that'll go live to everyone. As usual, I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but we are streaming simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube, so feel free to watch on whichever platform you prefer. So now on to more pressing matters. We have 1 day left of the event to find at SGS. No, Killian, it won't be on OnlyFans, I can assure you that. Oh, thanks, Fuzzle. So yeah, we have 1 day left of the event, which means 2 things. We need to find a sealed JSOD today. And we also got the matter of we have a level 199 character. We need to fix that. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Kilniath. As usual, if you do want to play with us, we are on Ephinea for PSO Blueburst, and we always play it on Limerace, which is the European ship. And it's normally Block 2, and we play on Lobby 21. To be fair, you're not playing NGS, so it probably wouldn't be suitable. There are literally, and I'm not making this up, there are literally Twitter accounts for NGS players who literally just post pictures of their characters in compromising positions. I know, because every single time Sega posts an NGS post, it gets recommended in the recommended content. Yeah, so as LJP's posting, we do have a Discord, so if anyone wants to join us, feel free to join us over there. We play PSO and other games off stream as well, so feel free to join us over there. So yeah, I mean, the most important thing for me today, I would say to hit level 200. A sealed JSOD wouldn't go amiss either. So I know you probably can't see it because of where my camera is, but we are down to 754,000 experience to 200. So, I mean, I'm happy to do Skylight Tower. I don't know how much experience it is per tower run. I'll have to have a look. Oh, does the BGM 0 command fix the lobby music skipping? That's good to know, actually. Yeah, I don't know why it does it. It just seems when I load into this lobby for some reason. 700 with these bonuses is pretty doable. I have no doubt that I can hit 200 on stream. It's just whether I can do it in tower. Because as much as experience the tower enemies give you, there's less of them. But I am happy to just go hard on Skylight Tower. You're always happy to do Skylight Tower, you're weird. I have an unhealthy obsession with finding this sword now. At this point, it is a 20-year obsession. By BGM 0, you meant turn the music off as a joke. I mean, I guess that would fix it. Sort of. Hi, Vomzel. Yeah, so we can start with Skylight Tower then, and then we can go from there. There may be a lot of tower this stream, for which I apologise, but... Tell me when the SGS issues began. Around about 2003? Password to the games, if you want to join us for any, is always stream. So yeah, unfortunately, this is the final day of the event, so I believe there's going to be maintenance at some point tomorrow to set things back to normal. That is a good point, yeah. So although the drop rate will return to normal after the maintenance tomorrow, the good news is we won't get badged by enemies anymore, because it was bad enough getting photon drops from enemies like Gigu, but we're also getting badges as well, which are also red boxes, so it was twice as bad. I mean, overall, I mean, I've said this a few times, but I cannot complain about this event at all. I've gone from like 188 to 199 on my Hunuel. I have leveled a 4-mile almost to ultimate. I found a Psycho Wand, so it has been good to me. But it's like when you get a really, really nice cake and you just want like a nice little topper for the cake, and the topper for that cake is a Seal J sword. You will also get 3 more slots in your inventory, yeah, that won't be getting clogged up with badges. Hi, Tycoon. Yeah, pretty good. So, yeah, this stream we're hoping to, well, attempt to get a CLJ sword, and I'm probably going to hit level 200 this stream as well. Yeah, we've literally just started, so you haven't missed anything. Sad to say that's 10% of one's inventory. Yeah, that is like one of the issues with PSO, isn't it? The fact that you only have 30 spaces in your inventory, and like half of your spaces are taken up by gear. Except that cake topper is on a 1,000-foot pile of nails. Yeah, I feel like we're still in the nails at the minute. So, well, we won't know until we start, so run 1. Now, yes, I know we could run Twilight, and Twilight has 40 GUs in it, but Twilight also takes about an hour to do, and is horrendous, and is not fun. You find it amusing it's been a week and the next unlock hasn't been unlocked. Yeah, that is because people still will not stop running Forest. Forest is on like way more than 100,000 points now, which is really depressing. People have essentially screwed themselves over by not running all the different quests. So we've missed out on loads of the boosts because people won't stop doing Forest. Also, just while I think on the PSP2 video that goes live tomorrow for members and Wednesday for everyone else, there was a little bit of an issue with the video. For some reason, I seem to be having really, really bad luck with the PSP2 videos lately. So for some reason, some of my OBS settings decided to reset for the scene, and I didn't realise until about 20 minutes into the recording. And because of that, the actual video frame for PSP2 is slightly offset. So when you watch it, there'll be a little black bar down the left edge of the screen, and the very most right hand side of the screen will be cut off slightly. You don't miss anything, you don't miss any text or anything. I do fix it a little bit into the video when I realise, but just to make you guys aware. At that point, unfortunately, I'd already saved the game, so I didn't realise it had happened until after I'd saved it. It should still be perfectly watchable. It's just there is this annoying black bar at the edge of the screen. I have no idea why it decided to reset. None of my other game settings have reset. I've literally not touched OBS settings since I did the last PSP2 video. You love that Frozen Shooter is the only gun that looks the right proportions to Mr. Raycast. Hi, Pigwood. Everyone pull out your CRTs. Yeah, I think it fixes about halfway through the video, so hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, I would do a predictions thing of what will come first, SJS or level 200, but it would be the easiest choice ever. Oh, did you get badged from a Gigu again? It begins. This is generally how the SGS hunts go at the minute. You just get badged and fought and dropped constantly. And it's just generally a miserable experience. You'd rather get nothing. I mean, honestly, for the bronze badges, I mean, I think the only real use for the bronze ones is, I think I'm basically saving mine for ad slots, and that's about it. Is that a second badge from a Gigu? Those flowers aren't looking very friendly. Those flowers are really not very friendly. Hi Hayden, hope you're alright. Yeah, those flowers are probably the most evil things in the whole tower. The bear looks nice though. He's nice, but he does like to give overly aggressive hugs. As soon as you're done doing that run, start another and run them as fast as you can to get as many runs as you can. I would do. The problem is I'm streaming, so I get distracted. I mean, the main goal is to hit 200 this stream, and SGS would be a massive bonus. It's one glomp you do not want. I mean, can you imagine how good that would be if I leveled to 200 on a Gigu and got an SGS from that Gigu? Knowing my luck, what will happen is I'll level to 200 on a Gigu and get fought on drop. That seems more my speed. So yeah, when it happens, this will be my second level 200 character in PSO that I've ever had. And the really funny thing is, the last character I did level 200 with on the Sega servers was this character. So although I've done 200 twice, once she hits 200, it's with the same character. Quite like this class, if you haven't guessed already. Level 200 tonight, let's go. That's the plan. How are you doing to playable? Hope you're doing alright. I think you're going to miss the Humile class. You got one character to 200, but it was via action and replay, so you don't count it. Your highest was 176, and you got FSO'd into oblivion. Oof. Played PSO earlier, and went level 80 to 91 in 2 runs of TTF. That is the experience at the minute. It's the last day of it, though. The event ends tomorrow. Hi, Nemu. Yeah, the hunt's going... Well, we've just started it, really, so... Mainly just a lot of badges and photon drops so far. But we're trying to get SGS today because it's the final day of the event. It's the first time. Don't miss a stream. What ship in Block 2 is this? Yeah, so it's a Luma Race, which is the EU ship, and it's Block 2, Lobby 21 that we all hang out in. Good to see Artrox as well. Still no SGS. I mean, I have seen one drop during the event. It just didn't go, mate. You hop on shortly, close to 200 yourself. Oh, cool. And hop in, hopefully the more far away server location doesn't mess you up. You might notice a little bit more ping. I know when I play on the US ship, there's a definite increase in the ping for me, but it is still playable. I suppose just try it and see how it goes. So if we do have more than 4 people, well, me and 3 others, then we'll just rotate who gets in. But these lilies have it out for me today with this attack where they put you on 1 HP. They just keep doing it. Doing some preparations to ultimate mode. Oh, cool. Being getting 3079 flowers like they're going out of fashion on Skylight. Yeah, I think they dropped from the is it the Hildelton Forest, I think? Yeah, it's a really easy drop rate for them, so you get them all the time. Well, that's 1 run down, no SGS. There's like half-second delay, noticeable but nothing game-breaking. Honestly, the main difference I notice when I play on the US ships is there's a little bit of desync for the drops. So if you kill an enemy that's next to you, sometimes the item it drops will appear somewhere else on the map, like a little bit further away. That's the main difference I notice, but it's really not a big deal. Like, I can play on the US ships fine. That happens to you regardless. It's not too bad for me on the European ship. It does happen now and again, but most enemies will drop the item where they actually die. But yeah, on the US ship, I do definitely notice it that they drop somewhere else. Again, it's not really an issue. Yeah, zoos and Dorfons seem to be the worst for it. What I have noticed with Dorfons is quite often they will drop items wherever they spawn initially. So when they spawn, they charge in. And sometimes I've noticed that they will drop their spawn item where they actually spawn. How close to 200? Sorry, just joined. I am at 624,000. So that means that each run of that is around 130,000 experience. Yeah, so 624,000 left. I may have grinded GQs for hours yesterday to bring that down a bit. 132k per run. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sort of then 6 runs. Yeah, I mean they're not very long runs either as well, so I think we are definitely going to hit 200. It's just as well it doesn't have the experience loss that the Sega servers had. Because running tower with experience loss would be a little bit scary. Everyone cool if this is a tower only stream. Tower is the best. I would say that I am extremely sick of tower from hunting SGS for so long, but I just want to leave tower. So I think the easy way to do this is I will just make another game. 3 people want to jump in, feel free to jump in. Just try and rotate who's been in, just so everyone gets a fair chance. The green gang surrounds you. We do have a lot of Greenhill now. I think everyone has kind of realised that Greenhill is probably like one of the strongest IDs. It is a little bit of an uprising. It seems like everyone has either changed to Skylight or Greenhill. You feel threatened. Do you think they changed to Red Rear? Red Rear is honestly a really decent ID. That's the downside though, isn't it? You know, if you get a badge that matches your character and the aesthetic and everything, fashion over everything. I mean, go and buy that. This character should probably be purple none, but we'll have a look at that. So I will make another one. Anyone who wants to come to tower to hunt SGS, feel free. You're wondering why people want Heaven Punisher? They are adding an item to the game at some point in the future that lets it do Divine Punishment all the time. So they've said it'll be a trade item that you can trade for. They said it won't be particularly hard to get, but it will let Heaven Punisher do Divine Punishment all the time. It depends on where you use it. There are certain areas in the game that it's really good in, particularly if you're a Rare Marl as well, because the damage is based a bit on your mental strength as well, so you will do a bit more with the Rare Marl. Do you ever think they will increase the level cap? I don't think they will. They seem quite hesitant to adjust integral things to the game. I think the reason they're doing it for Heaven Punisher is because, honestly, Heaven Punisher isn't good without the special. And the special you can only use on certain beat times. So when it's not those beat times, it's kind of trash. Heaven Striker is just a better gun, which makes no sense for how rare Heaven Punisher is. So I think that's why they're making the adjustment to Heaven Punisher. But I don't see them adjusting anything as integral as level caps or anything like that. I should probably say again, the password is always stream. I think I forgot to mention that recently. Technically, I don't think they can because the game framework. They may not be able to. Having said that, I think I have mentioned this before, but when I used to play on another private server, they transferred some of your characters over from the Sega servers. They basically copied your character data over. And when mine transferred over, there was a weird bug with it, and it was on this character actually, but she was level 200. When I killed an enemy on the private server, she leveled up to 201. And she actually got stat increases as well. Now then, as soon as I quit the game and log back in, she'll be back at 200 again. But her experience would be higher than it should be, and the stat boosts stayed. So she actually had more health than she should have done. She had slightly higher stats than she should have done at cap. It's like a weird side effect of the level 200s for some reason. That wasn't on this server, I hasten to add. So I know that the game is capable of displaying higher than level 200 because of that, but yeah, I don't think they would adjust it. No, the stat boost once you get to about, yeah, I mean 180 plus, but honestly maybe even lower than that, maybe around sort of 170ish maybe. You really notice your stat boosts really slow down. When you get Steam Deck next year, you'll have a Viridia Ray cast and a White Hill Hue cast, or maybe Oran Hue cast. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think Oran is definitely the least represented ID on Blueburst at the minute. That's not to say it's a bad ID, it's just for some reason not many people pick it. Yeah, Pace, you'll notice that your attack power will go up really, really slowly. You know, it's entirely possible to put charge special on S-rank weapons. That's really interesting, isn't it? Because I think normally they're limited to, is it Spirit or Berserk usually? I mean, I'm guessing theoretically by like hex editing, you could probably add any special. Yeah, no worries, Pace. Let me know the lowest use and I'll use it to add variety. I don't know about our team as such, but I know that on the Ephinea website you can actually look and see like what the most used classes are, what the most used section IDs are. And I know that I'm pretty sure Oran is the least used section ID. And I think, I might be wrong, I think Formar is the least used class. I think. So we'll just wait for Pace to get back and then we'll get started. If they add a new level cap, they'll need to rebalance some areas. Oh, definitely. I mean, I suppose they do have Anguish mode, which does buff the enemies up quite a bit. But to be honest, with the way that PSO works, like once you know the tricks of how to kind of exploit different enemies, you can use that kind of regardless how strong they are. Oh, no worries, Pace. You won't be going with a Formar until you at least have a Bringer's Rifle with hit. Yeah, and we joke about this quite a bit on the Discord, but yeah, Formar is basically blind. Which is why Drac has a 50 hit Bringer's Rifle. That's a weapon you don't see very often, the Phonon Mazer. I do actually have one of those, I just never really use it. Because on GameCube you play Formar like a Renmar. The thing is though, with Formar and with Formar as well, because of how their stats are, they are kind of quite flexible with how you play them. These Bringers and Holy Rare. And with 4-mar, and with 4-mar as well, to be honest, you will find you will melee quite a lot. PD. I'm okay with that because that would have been a Yaz 7k. I'm only really interested in a Yaz 7k if it has hit. Did you use a star then instead? I thought so. The only thing I will say about running tower as well with a hunter is you basically use the same weapon all the way through. You essentially just run the entire thing with a demon's ray gun, and that is about it. In solo, I will use mechs more often, or melee weapons, but for multiplayer, the stuff has so much health that it's just so much faster to use demons. If I can hit with it. All it takes is for them to be at point blank range and me to be behind them. So if anyone curious as well, we're not going to stop playing PSO once the event ends. What will happen then is the Sunday stream, I've said this before, but the Sunday stream will always be a Phantasy Star stream. Oh, do you get Gigi badged as well? Yeah, so the Sunday stream will always be Phantasy Star. Now, after the event, whether that is PSO, PSU, NGS, but it will always be a Phantasy Star game. How did I find Warframe? Honestly, I don't really feel like I've played enough to give a definitive opinion on it, but from what I've played so far, I do have mixed thoughts on it. I thought that the combat was pretty fun, and the traversal is pretty cool once you learn how to bullet jump, because I was hopeless at that. But I don't like how a lot of things are like unnecessarily gated. So, for example, for me to progress in the story, I had to do this random solo quest, which kind of annoyed me. I've also since found out that apparently there's a lot of stuff tied to being in clans, so I'm not as big a fan of that kind side of it. To be fair, the quest might have just bugged out. It could have done. I'm not sure, honestly. It does seem odd that you could do that quest with other people, but then it not to count with other people. Yeah, I'm not going to say I hated the game because I didn't. I definitely enjoyed it more once I was playing with other people and doing some missions. Solo, I don't think I'm totally sold on it. I think I said to Vector recently that I think it's it might have been Drac as well. I said it too, that I think it's the kind of game where I think if I do play it again, it would probably be off stream. I'm not against playing it again necessarily. Just I don't know if it's a good fit for me on stream. Not sure what happened because that quest doesn't show anymore once you've done it. As someone who's soloed most of the game, it's definitely still fun. Like I said, if we make some progress off stream, you might enjoy it some more when options open up later. That's kind of my thinking. I think I'm not against playing it for sure. I just think particularly like the very early game where you have to go through the first part on your own and you're very limited by what you can do. You know, obviously there's only, I think it's only 3 frames initially available. And honestly, all 3 of them, the abilities weren't ones that really appealed to me much. So that kind of hampered it a bit as well. Still in the tutorial till Mars as well. I totally get that, yeah. Don't right, I don't expect it to give me everything straight away, but I think it's just because the 3 frames that you have access to begin with, neither of those 3 were really kind of my playstyle that I wanted, I guess. Ah, it's a PD from a Del Biter. That's a bit of a shame. Would have been nice to get a good soul banish. I've got him with a little bit of hit, but I was up for more. May just buy a new frame, maybe Saren. I think Vector was saying before, LJP, that I think he's got access to some blueprints, so you might want to have a word with Vector. Just so you don't spend platinum unnecessarily. They actually patched the game the day after to disallow grouping for that intro quest as it was unintended. Oh, he's got a heart harpoon. Very cool. Yeah, it did seem really odd that that was obviously designed to be something that you potentially solo, but you could do it multiplayer. That didn't make sense. So yeah, you got a harpoon piece. I have show weapons on, so what sort of playstyle are we looking for? Anything in particular? Is there anything in the game that works similar to, I want to say like potentially maybe something that I can like sit back and snipe, maybe? I kind of like that idea. Maybe you said it already, but did you get anything off stream? I don't think we've had anything decent recently. There's been a few people posting drops in Discord that have had some nice drops. I don't think I've had anything good in the last few days. Again, I just want to make it clear as well, I'm not totally discounting Warframe. And I may play it again on stream. It's just, at the minute, I'm kind of a bit mixed on it. There are sniping ones in the game, okay. Yeah, that's the kind of idea. I kind of like the more sort of stealthy, like sit back and pick things off from distance, I guess. It's been a dry week for you as well. Yeah, I basically got a banner on the first day of the event with the Heart of Samba maracas, and then essentially got 1 or 2 OK drops, and then Psycho ones quite far in the event, and that's what I've had pretty much for the whole event. I'm not sure if the sound bugged out for anyone there, but for me the sound just briefly turned off and then turned back on. I have no idea why. Warframe is incredibly fast-paced and hectic. It seems that way, yeah. Again, I mean, the whole point of the Wednesday streams at the minute is to try things out and see if I like them. The only thing I will say about the Wednesday streams is it is kind of budget dependent as well, because obviously if it's new games I've never tried before, I probably have to buy them, and it depends if I can justify buying them. Concord on Wednesday. I think, hasn't Concord already shut down? I know it was towards the beginning of September they were shutting it down. I can't, yeah, it's already gone. So unfortunately we're too late to try Concord. Dear God, this is like hell on earth at the minute. Call it Why Not Wednesday. Yeah, I think for next Wednesday stream, I mean, so Wednesday, as I've said, is going to be a day where we don't necessarily play Phantasy Star games. I'm not saying I won't always be like that. You know, there may be the occasional Wednesday where we do a Phantasy Star, but for the most part, Wednesday is going to be non-Phantasy Star games. I think for this Wednesday, I think the plan is probably going to do some Monster Hunter World, because I know at least 1 or 2 people have said that they kind of want me to try and beat Alatreon and Fatalis, which I'm not promising is going to happen. But I think that's what we're going to do on Wednesday. Is that a luck material? It was. I have no idea how all this crap is in my inventory. Well, that is 2 runs down. If I can remember how to Monster Hunter. That is the issue, because I haven't played for a while. I'll probably be rusty as hell and probably be terrible, which is probably not the ideal time to fight Alatreon and Fatalis. Just 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Ah, sorry about that. So we are down to 493,000. Sit back tonight. There are a few frames that allow for focus range play. Volt can set up shields that block all incoming damage and amp any damage fire through them. Ivara can go invisible for a long period and specialises in slow stealth. And there's a new frame coming in December called Sight 9 that, as it's been shown, specialises in range gunplay. But it'll be at the far end of things most likely. Okay. I think of those, I like the idea of like slow stealth, maybe. think the best thing for me to do with it, honestly, is potentially one day when I'm not streaming, just to play with a few people from the community and just do some off-stream play and just try and get used to it. I'm not going to promise that it's going to grab me, but I know obviously playing it for one stream is not really enough to get into the game and understand things with it. Big issue with slow stealth is it's basically tailored for solo play or in-game. Because Ephinea particularly has an augment that basically lets her walk right through the laser grids that trigger alarms. Oh, okay. Yeah, so for any missions where you've got to like avoid triggering the alarms, that's what you'd use that frame for, I guess. You got into Warframe again, Vector. You're running shotgun things, then while reloading, punch it in the face. So we are 2 runs in, and for those counting, that is 0 SGSs so far. So I am happy to do another Skylight Tower if people want to do that. I also do not want to bore everyone. I also do want SGS though, so... Third time is the charm. I mean, apparently good things come in threes, don't they, so... Darkwing looks to have lost it already. This is what PSO does to you. And Minsk as well, apparently. The last stream of the event, Tower or Bust. Vault is a great Warframe. I'm sure that was one of the ones that offered me at the start and I didn't select it because I didn't think it sounded like the playstyle I wanted. Maybe I misunderstood it. Leader got DC'd in DTF and we all died on faults. Oof. Oh, hi, Lucy. So I'll make yet another Skylight Tower game. Oh, thanks, Lucy. Don't think I put a password on that, but it's fine. Vault is obtainable later on via joining the Clinosm research and buying the blueprints from their dojo lab. Okay. One thing I did really appreciate with the Warframe stream is that there was quite a few people in chat. I know Fozza was there. And there was a few people who were really, really helpful in getting to understand the game, because I mentioned it on stream, but as someone who'd never really played the game before, it was really overwhelming. Okay, so 493,000 left. I apologise that this stream is extremely tower heavy. I like how one person went to the wrong door, so we all followed them. Yep, played the game 20 years, still got the wrong door. It's actually really hard to see. I can just see Minsk actually. The stealth suit is actually working great there. I couldn't tell if you were stood there. Honestly, make progress from the start chat. It'll unlock 99% of things that way, other than clan stuff. Solo and Girlfriend Clan has most things researched. Lets you try out various frames and weapons and unlock them at the end. Ah, fair enough. I like it when they give the ability to try out things before you commit to them. Yeah, I know I said this before, but if anyone does have any recommended games for the Wednesday streams as well, feel free to drop them in the Discord. I have a stream suggestion channel on there, so feel free to drop them in there. Yeah, I know we have a few people on the Discord who actually have picked up Warframe again recently, so I know Vector's playing it at the minute, I know LJP's playing it, Drax playing it. Minsk is not playing it. Well, that's a Photon drop from a Gigu for Darkwing. So Gigus are trolling a lot this stream. We've had tons of badges and Photon drops from them already. None from me yet. You got the one shot to the face for not playing Warframe. No Man's Sky seems like a popular Wednesday suggestion. That again, I have absolutely zero experience in. My only exposure to No Man's Sky is when it released. I know it was terrible when it released, and I know they've done a ton of work to improve it. I have not touched it though, in any capacity. So I didn't play it when it first released, when it got slated, and I haven't played it anything since. It gives you Minecraft vibes. I know I'm probably in the minority here as well. I have never played Minecraft. It just never appealed to me when it released, and I've just never touched it. I've seen people play it, obviously, but yeah, I've never actually played it myself. I knew that Kilniath would be immediately in chat trying to get me to play Mine Test. It's spelled Gibbles, but it's pronounced Giblers. Warhammer Space Marine 2. That is a potential. I do have experience of Warhammer. I played the original Space Marine, and I did collect the tabletop for years. Honestly, I played the first one. I didn't think a whole lot of the first game. I thought it was serviceable, but nothing really special. It's like they're launching a new game and they're launching test features in No Man's Sky for the new game. That's a very interesting way of doing it. So you're basically using No Man's Sky as a way to essentially beta test features for your new game. Thumbs up to Darkwing using a Rati. You'll be pleased to know that I use a Rati on my Huka Seal. Not because it's good, just because it looks cool. Just open up already, bro. Yeah, I read on a Epsilon because it does just waste a lot of time. Apologies for the text wall. Oh, no worries, no, that's fine. Dodge one, then just got shot in the back by the one behind me. How annoying Epsilon is, he has some really crap drops. Yeah, I mean, for most IDs, he drops either Cladding of Epsilon, which makes I think it's a pretty decent shield. Obviously not as good as Red Ring, but... Or a few IDs, it drops Reeker's Claw. Which, I mean, looks cool, but is a claw. Claws are not particularly usable in PSO, apart from for doing weird tricks like ledge hopping. Green Hill being the standout with Heart of Rianov. Oh, drops Anno Rifle for Oran. That is a weapon I don't think I've ever found. It just doesn't seem to drop for many IDs. I genuinely have no idea if Anno Rifle is even any good. Vector got a Partisan of Lightning. It's not very good. Green Hill sounds like someone from Yorkshire pronouncing the first stage from Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, Green Hill Zone. what part of the UK I'm from. I'm from the northeast of England. So I am technically in Yorkshire. Sonic Full and Knuckle Numb. The northeast only has a tiny bit of Yorkshire in it. Yeah, we are, to be fair, we are on basically the absolute outskirts. I mean, the weird thing is, where I'm from, we weren't originally in Yorkshire, but they changed the boundaries of the region, and now we are. Or rather, the region I was in just kind of doesn't exist now. Your wife not wanted to know. Yeah, I'm from Teesside. Oh, I just had a heart attack there. Yeah, that was a photon drop from a Gigio. Doesn't Talus drop from hard to roll it? It does. Yeah, it's Talus in hard and Mahu in very hard. Still confused with the whole red card Cleveland and Teesside thing, which is which and which is within which. So, as far as I'm aware, and I could be wrong on this, so red card is just a town in this region, just down the road from where I am. Cleveland is essentially that is the county that I used to be in, but Cleveland kind of doesn't exist now. I don't know why that's the case, but for some reason someone decided that Cleveland just isn't a thing now. That technically doesn't exist, but you will find a lot of people will still call it Cleveland. And Teesside is just, I guess, what most people refer to it now, which is kind of like Middlesbrough, Stockton, around that region. Also, you said Tails, not Talus. You were trying to make a Sonic joke. I missed that completely. I'm so sorry for ruining that joke. If Redcar is the town, then why is your console Redcar and Cleveland? Who knows? Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. Redcar is the town. It is a town near the coast. But for some reason they call the council Redcar and Cleveland, but Cleveland doesn't exist now. It is missed, yeah. Like many things in the UK, it makes no sense. Yeah, and even people who've lived here since birth probably have no idea what exists and what doesn't now. And I reckon it was the closest place for me to get a Domino's pizza before Skelton started delivering. I like that that's the only reason that you know of Redcar's existence. Also, that is another classic sign of how to spot someone from this region, if they say Redcar or Redcar. don't even try to understand the Regency. I would just say I'm from T-side. It makes it easier. You're hacking into the mainframe. Yeah, I apologise, Minsk, for the UK talk. It probably doesn't mean anything if you're not from the UK. So we're now down to 365k. Yeah, have any other Canadians joined? Because I think Minsk's feeling a bit underrepresented. 3 runs to cap. I think that sounds about right, yeah. That's only 1 million future level, Minsk. Nice. And 3 mil for Darkwing as well. What level are you at, Darkwing? Oh, 199. Oh, nice. I mean, I would say can we get 2 200s in one stream, but I think probably stretching it a bit. What PSO? Only 1 mil. What PSO does to a man. To be fair, when you're at this level and you need 4 million to level, when you get onto 1 million, that's good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, only 4 million to level. Nice bit of F3 music there. We will play some Ep3 on stream at some point as well. I know that's probably of interest to about 2 or 3 people, but it would be nice to do a bit more Ep3 at some point. So yeah, what, 5.3 to 5.8 to 200. How much total experience do you have? Because I think 200 is about 83.2 million. 2v2 PSO Ep3, let's go. All with newbie packs, yeah. So everyone just uses sabers and boomers. I gotta say, the Ep3 soundtrack's so good though. It's 77.4. Yeah, so it's 83 point, I think it's 83.2 to get to 200. Really is. Idler goes hard. Yeah, Idler the Strange Fruits from Ep3. That is a really good boss thing. They used it in PSO 2 as well. So as much as I despise Tower, I think we now need to go into it. The smartphone game. Yeah, oh yeah, because they called the smartphone game Idler as well, didn't it? Ep3's biggest impact on the series is having a really good boss theme. I did like it as a game as well, but I do prefer sort of the regular PSO gameplay. But I still really like Ep3. With the event over, it'll probably take me a month to get to 200. It will take a long time. Yes, I think we are very lucky at the minute to have 200% experience. I'm not looking forward to the grind on the rest of my characters. Also, it's Idler. I always had it Idler. I called it Idler for years, pretty much since I started playing PSO. And the only reason I know it's Idler is, again, because of the Japanese side. That's how, when you look how it's pronounced, they pronounce it Idler. Honestly, you could say Idler, Idler. It doesn't really matter. Reason Ep3 didn't take off wasn't because it was a card game. It's because said card games didn't take place on motorcycles. If only they'd watch Yu-Gi-Oh first. think it went from about 60 to 151 in the span of the event. Another guy went from 1 to 80 in a few hours. It's insane at the minute. You can get to 80 super fast. I guess your grind isn't intense enough. Yeah, I mean, for me, I have grinded a lot in this event, but I've mainly played this character, so I don't have much to show for it on the others. 200 is max level, so I'm very close. Okay, we now have the power of the PSO 2 rare drop theme, so SGS has to drop now. That is the law. You still contemplating getting an episode 3 tattoo from Deployable? Oh, cool. Was it the one you mentioned before with the artwork of Silpher? You have to dance for it to take effect. I can do that. Give me the rare drop boost. The dance keyboard shortcut is, well, you can do Alt-A for that one. Or Alt-Shift-A for that one. Or you can do Alt-Shift-P for that one. Do not do Alt-F4. Well, actually, Alt-F4 would actually work on this. It would do something. It wouldn't close the game. It is actually tied to a shortcut. Yeah, basically Alt and all of the F keys are tied to things. Well, I have danced for the PSO2 rare drop theme, so... I mean, it has to drop now, doesn't it? You think Alt F4 might close your game? I would recommend not pressing it just in case, but... Let's do science. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. I mean, Minsk has disappeared. I'm not going to risk pressing it just in case. I'm curious, but not that curious to ruin the stream. Well, while the song is still going, I'm going to make another game. Oh, it makes you do that guard. No, not one person. Ah, Minsk is back. Alright, so we have the PSO2 rare drop buff now, so... You already got 2 badges and you just went into creator. It's the PSO2 rare drop theme doing it. Alt F4 does close the window. I might test that after stream, because I'm sure I've pressed it before and it didn't. I have it on good authority that if SGS drops this stream, we'll see a ball game at the end. In that case, I think the likelihood of a ball game at the end is very unlikely. Also, yeah, after the Warframe stream, the last thing I want to do is a ball game. Because that ball game in Warframe was awful. Footy on stream. When Sky gets SGS, he'll play Fortnite. I like what everyone is just saying I'm going to do these things. That is also another game I have never played. I never got the excitement over it. This stream is essentially going to be me listing games I've never played. So we have 2 more spots for Tower Misery if anyone else wants to join and get nothing. Time to get badged. I mean, it's always time to get badged. Sky told me in confidence that if he gets SGS, he'll punch the air and do a little dance. Gonna hot off, but was playing a bit. Was fun. See you all. Hope you managed to catch next stream too. Oh no worries, Atrox. Nice to see you. Time to get budget, PD. Can you join or do you want to force? Anyone? Anyone's fine. We should be fine as long as we've got level 20 shift. That should be enough. You'll take one of the Heaven Punishers. I mean, I would also take a Heaven Punisher. But that involves doing Forest. I mean, I guess you could find it elsewhere. If you didn't read that in the style of the song, what happened to you? Who hurt you? I dread to think how many years ago that song was. I'm gonna say it must have been over 20 years ago. Because I remember playing that on the computers at college. Yeah, thanks for the bits killing off. What was that? Song 20 years ago. Yeah, the Badger song, yeah. Do you remember the football version? I do. Not 200 yet. Did I miss anything? You have missed several Photon drops and badges from Gigius. Still clueless. Yeah, it was basically a song that was kind of a meme on the internet many, many years ago. That's all the drop I hear. Apparently, yeah, I'm convinced the Skylight drop is bugged for, well, apparently for everyone that parties with me. Man, I suppose Vector got one, so apparently it exists for some people. It's 21 years old. That ties up, yeah, because I was in college in 2003, so that makes sense. It's also depressing because 2003 is the year I started playing PSO as well. Oof. I can recite that. I see things, I see them with my eyes. I spent far too much time on that website as a kid. Well, teenager. We didn't really have much to entertain us back then. Yeah, I also remember that site as well. You still know most of the lyrics to Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Oh god, I'd actually forgotten that existed. Yeah, so welcome to memes from about 20 years ago. Oh, Mint's got a Pats and Lightning. I think, is that the second or third one that's dropped today? Memes from 20 years ago are memes before memes became memes. That's number 2. So we must have had about 5 or 6 badges or PDs from Gigus between us all so far. They are really out to get us. 2000s was a more innocent time. Memes were not known as memes. Yeah, they kind of weren't, were they? Sites like Newgrounds. Yeah, I remember Newgrounds as well. Yeah, LJP's just been set off in chat now, just singing the entire song. RIP Macromedia, Flash and Shockwave, Adobe ruining everything as per usual. I mean, that's just kind of what Adobe does, isn't it? Yeah, back when Amazon used to sell books. Are you actually kidding me? The trolling is next level. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, LGP. Maybe it's just building up. Let's keep telling ourselves that we've been telling ourselves that for the last 20 years. Well, I'd like to think we're building up to an SGS, but it is definitely building character. Maybe not in the way that they intended, but you have your old Nokia phone that flips out and has a full QWERTY keyboard. I don't think I really have any of my old phones now, I think because most of them just stopped working. Oh, thanks to the bits bank. You remember buying Cowboy Bebop DVDs one by one? You see, I tried doing that with Neon Genesis Evangelion, and then I got halfway through it and then realised, actually, I don't really like this series. Sorry to any Evangelion fans, but it's just not for me. You'd rather had all the Cowboy Bebop DVDs and the Evangelion. Yeah, get in the rare cast Shinji. What? So you bought all the volumes for out of order? Was that just because you couldn't get them in the right order when you wanted to buy them? Ah, fair enough. I feel like Min's just warped in there and immediately got killed. You did. I thought so. So not much luck so far, as expected. But at least one thing is going to happen this stream. We're at least going to hit 200. Suffering builds character.png. I mean, that is kind of PSO Uber hunting in a nutshell, really, isn't it? You know, you will suffer. Especially when you're suffering in tower as well. Head to the Sega official PSO store to purchase a rare drop booster for only 300 Phantasy coins. Purchase is only available in quantities of 550. Yeah, that sounds pretty much identical to how pretty much any online game runs now. Not getting 1000 experience per kill is going to feel strange. It is. It's going to be a shock to the system. And the rare drop weights going back to normal is going to take a bit of getting used to as well. He says through gritted teeth, knowing that the sealed JSR drop rate is going to go back to 1 in 12,500. You know, because it's easy to get already, you know. But if you drop in sometime in November, you'll get gold in one go. I mean, that's normally how it works, isn't it? You have a rare drop boost, the boost ends, then you get stuff. So maybe next week's stream we get SGS. We still have Halloween and Christmas, we do. I feel like we are coping very hard at the minute, but it's a case of having to with this. What other IDs get SGS? None. It's Skyly only. This is the only drop for it. That is why it's so hard. The copium IV drip is running dangerously low. It is. There is not much left in the tank at this point. This is a very, very precarious situation I find myself in here. I'm just going to keep spamming Rabada and hope that these get killed before I run out of TP. Genuinely interested, what was your first phone? As far as I remember, I think it was a Nokia 3310. It is the absolute brick, like the unkillable brick. We've also been farming off stream, but got Psycho 1 run. I mean, yeah, I said earlier, I can't complain about this event because I have got a ton of levels, some really nice gear, and I did get a Psycho 1 from it. But realistically, the one thing that I really want, I haven't found. Is that another badge from a Gigu? You got your 40-hit Galatine before the event, you did, yeah. Yeah, I think I went from I think it was a Nokia 3310. I think it was, the next one after that, I think was it an 8310? It was like it was a much smaller one. I remember that the main selling feature of it was it had an FM radio built in. Again, I am probably showing my age a lot here. You had a 3310 in high school? Yeah, I can't remember how old I was when I got a 3310 now. I want to say I was maybe towards the end of secondary school, so I will have been... I can't remember what year that released now, honestly. I'm not 42 years old. I'm not far off. Oh, you're 40. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but I am perilously close. You now want to make a rare cast called Nokia 3310. I mean, never die. That banner better not be a CLJ sword. Well, it could be because it's a platinum badge, so they could trade that in for a CLJ sword. But is that really getting a CLJ sword? Still playing PSO on a Sunday like you were when you're 18. I think I was 18 when I started, I think, around there. Which is very scary. Sky probably won't get the username reference. You and LGP are probably goodies. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. Oh, and Jevon says you got to go to work tomorrow. Me and you both. Solacil is one of the living gods from Morrowind. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no chance of me getting that reference then. You started playing PSO when you were 12. Yeah, I want to say I was around 18 when I started. And I basically got my younger brother into it, and I think he will have been around about 14 when he started. I mean, obviously I haven't played it continuously since 2003, you know, I have played other games when I haven't been playing PSO. But PSO is kind of the one game that I just keep coming back to. Sorry, not sorry for turning this into a community hangout, but what's everyone's first video game? Mine was Terminator 2 on the Judgment Day on the Mega Drive. I think I've played that as well. It was my first one. My first one, it was some weird like knockoff console that you could buy at like a general department store. I can't remember what it was now. But the first main video game I remember playing was probably, I think, and it's certainly a way to start gaming, was probably Alien Breed 2 on the Amiga, I think. Either that or Lotus Turbo Challenge on the Amiga. Scary thing now is running into people playing PSO now saying that they're 18. That is scary. I'm guessing that most people who are 18 now playing PSO, maybe, you know, I mean, I suppose it could even be someone's dad at that point, couldn't it, that played? I guess the only other people that maybe try PSO that are young is maybe people who played NGS and then want to go back and see where it came from, maybe. I mean, please do play PSO if you are considering it. They don't know about floppy disks and cassettes. So we got Duck Hunt, Sonic or Mario Bros, Bat vs. the World, Mario Brothers on the NES. Yeah, Amiga. I mean, the Amiga was my dad's, so I remember he had it. He had a Commodore 64, and then he changed over to, I think it was an Amiga A500, which, if you're not familiar, was basically it basically looked like a keyboard with a massive disk drive on the end of it. It was like this really big, bulky, unwieldy thing, and it used joysticks or controllers as well. And yeah, all the games were on floppy disks, so that tells you how old it was. Does anyone know other than Portuguese what Amiga means? I have no real idea. It's not an 85 hit limb, who cares? It means female friends. I mean, I've heard of like Amigo, so is it like the female version of that? Which is a very weird name for a console. Don't think of it. Yeah, another game it could have been, if it wasn't Alien Breed 2, it could have been Project X, which was like a side-scrolling space shooter by Team 17, which is a really, really good game. He had a really bad handheld games console in Mum ordered me from a catalogue that had Tetris and a couple of other bad Dot Matrix games. I think that's similar to what I played first, but the one I remember, it wasn't a handheld one, it was when you plugged into your TV, but it was like some no-name. You cheated in the Olympics game by using your hands to pound on a Pro DDR dance mat instead of actually running on it. So on the PSO front, we are now down to 238,000 to level. So we're almost there. So I think what we'll do is we'll keep doing tower until 200. And then if we hit 200 and there's no SGS, then we can always run something else if people want to. Depends on time as well. You feel like this next tower run could do it? I mean, now you've said that, we have to try, don't we? In that case, I'll make. After T2, we had Alex Kidd and Wonderboy 3. And Warlock. Yeah, I think I started out on an Amiga, which, as I say, was my dad's, and my first actual console I think was a Mega Drive or Genesis if you're American. It's basically like a Mega Drive and then probably a Game Boy very shortly after that. The original Game Boy, the one with the like pink buttons and the green screen. Honestly, you grew up more with Phantasy Star than you did with Final Fantasy. Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned this before, I never really even knew Phantasy Star existed. Pretty much until PSO. I think because the only console I had was a Mega Drive, and I guess I wasn't really into RPGs back then. So I played a lot more Final Fantasy as I was growing up, like through PlayStation and so on as well. It's only later I got into Phantasy Star through PSO. Back when the screens are green and nobody complained about eye strain. The downside being is that you had to basically sit under a lamp if you were playing late on a night because you couldn't see the screen. Or get one of those really cursed things that would like hook over your Game Boy. That would have a light built into it that didn't really do anything. You think you were 6 the time you first played Phantasy Star 1? Yeah, I only played it much later on. By the way, my Mega Drive still works. I unfortunately don't have my Mega Drive anymore. When I got a PlayStation, my parents at the time were like, well, you've got the new console now, so you don't need the old ones. And I was still really young at the time. Oh, hi, Thuban. So at the time, I was like, well, yeah, why would I want to play my Mega Drive? I've got a PlayStation now. Because when you're a kid, that's kind of how you think. And now I'm old, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I still had it. I mean, I could just buy one very cheaply. They're not that expensive, honestly. Yeah, there's a ton of like 20 hit lanes dropping, isn't there? Dreamcast just died straight away. Yeah, Corvo, I mean, I know you can use emulators as well. Honestly, though, I mean, with how cheap Mega Drives are, if I wanted the actual console, they're really not very expensive. I swear there's going to be a garbage pile of 1975 Megatons after this. There's been a ton of those dropping, really, yeah. To be honest, they're not great. You've only got Justice for Devils, will likely just freeze everything. That's fine, yeah. Right, so apparently this is the run that we get it. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for making all the guide videos. They're like a Bible. Oh, thanks for that, Corvo. Yeah, I mean, as long as people are finding them useful, that's the main reason I did them. Just you know, if people have never played PSO before, or if they come back to it after a long time, just try and make it a bit easier for people to get into it. Should have went the other way just to juke everyone again, and I would have followed again because I generally just follow wherever the leader goes. You bought your Dreamcast after the price dropped for PSO. Yeah, I never had a Dreamcast back when it was the new console, just because I want to say at the time I had. I'm trying to think what it will have been now. Dreamcast kind of, am I right in thinking that Dreamcast kind of overlapped with the PS1 and PS2? Because I think PS2 was about 2001, around there. Because I know back then I was more of a Sony guy, so I had a PlayStation and then I moved on to PS2. So I never got to try a Dreamcast back then, apart from I had a friend who had one, but he didn't have PSO. PS2 was 2000 as well. So it was more or less the same time as Dreamcast then. Yeah, Dreamcast was 1999 in the EU. Dreamcast would have killed Sony if it had a DVD player in it. Yeah, because it's kind of weird, the Dreamcast, isn't it? It uses... Is it something like GD-ROMs it uses instead? It's like its own specific format. Dreamcast was $99.99. That does ring a bell, actually. Dreamcast console, great games. I mean, the Dreamcast I bought years later, that works fine. The only downside with the Dreamcast is it does kind of sound like a bit like a jet when it's powering up. It's like super loud when you play on it. Dreamcast was easier to develop for than PS2, since people could port PC games with built-in Windows CE on the disc. Yeah, because I think the Dreamcast like runs on Windows CE or something, doesn't it? So I know there is a Windows logo on the front of it. Good luck and congrats on 200. We're not quite there yet, but we're very, very close. Thanks for Atlantis. Yeah, we're hoping to try and get a CLGSR drop in the last day of this event, but we'll see. Good to have you as well. Doesn't run on Windows, but it's basically, to make things easier, disc could bundle in Windows CE. So the system would switch over to that OS over the Dreamcast one for those games. Oh, okay. Dreamcast was loud, he says, as I boot up this Gen 1 PS4 that sounds like a Cessna and takeoff. I can relate to that, because I also had a Gen 1 PS4. I sold it a while back, but yeah, that was super loud as well. There's a parallel universe where Sega is still top dog. I wish, man. I wish. You literally bought your PS4 for Death Stranding. Well, imagine me. I bought my PS4 for Gran Turismo Sport, and then Gran Turismo Sport got continuously delayed. I then sold my PS4 because I was sick of waiting for Gran Turismo Sport. I sold it, then Gran Turismo Sport got a release date. The PS5 I've just never really bothered with. I don't think there's enough to really convince me to buy one. Didn't the end of service GT Sport 2? Honestly, can't remember. I mean, obviously Gran Turismo 7's been out for a while on PS5 now, so I would assume if it hasn't gone end of service, it's probably not far off, but most people will be playing GT7 anywhere. For what it's worth, though, I kind of feel like that series has fell off a bit since about GT4, so... I would also point out that I sold the PS4 and then Monster Hunter World came out and I saw that, thought it looked really cool, then realised it didn't launch on PC until about a year after the consoles and felt sad. GT7's nice, especially with the haptic triggers, but the progression sucks. You can't just earn money and buy cars that makes me miss GT2. Yeah, I mean, to me, like, earning money and buying cars is the whole point of Gran Turismo. I mean, I played almost an unhealthy amount of GT1 and GT2, and GT4 to an extent as well. But after that, from like GT5 onwards, I just feel like it just went downhill, personally. I will say though, I have not played GT7 because I don't have PS5. You won't convince me that Burnout 3 Takedown isn't the best racing game ever made. I think the only Burnout I've played is I played quite a lot of Burnout Paradise, and I had fun with that game, honestly. I think I might play a little bit of 3 actually. I think a friend had it. I just remember being very disappointed with the progression on GT7 because half the stuff is locked behind specific challenges and the races are so restrictive. Remember on GT2 you could use any car on like a caravan only track or something and you loved it. Frankly, GT hasn't been better since they discovered the Toyota Corolla is the best designed auto in history. Yeah, for me, I really like the old Gran Turismos, like the sort of GT1, GT2, and probably GT4, just because they were all about, you know, getting money, collecting cars, tuning them up. I mean, honestly, GT1 is probably entirely responsible for my love of Japanese cars in real life, so... Because outside of games, that is probably another thing I am ridiculously into. Oh. Oh my god. We have got a sealed J-Sword drop. Dude. You did call it as well. Yeah, that's my reaction to that. Actually dropped. Thanks for the bits, Kilneath. So that is now 2 SGS drops we've seen. He just got a Dark Floor too, he did, yeah. Yeah, not so long ago, he got a Parasitic Gene Floor. No, that is insane. I can't even process what was happening there. Okay, so we have technically had a sealed J-Sword drop then. Again, this event just continues to be crazy, really. I mean, I think we're on what? We must be on about 4 or 5 Psycho 1s. About, I want to say 2 or 3 Heaven Punishers. 2 Sealed J-Swords. That is huge. Since you called it, I claim joint custody on weekends. Parkin's got it. You're speechless. That's what Uber drops kind of do to you. They just remove the ability to speak. Sorry it wasn't for your Sky, I've hunted it like mad. Ah, no worries. That is always the risk when you do multiplayer stuff. Yeah, I do use controller, Corvo. The only exception is for the bottom of the screen where you've got this bar here. That I do use the number keys on the keyboard. But yeah, generally for the most part I do use controller. I just find it a lot easier to do. But seriously, huge congratulations on that. So technically we have done out what we set to do. We have had a sealed J-Sword drop. Is that actually the first banner we've had during the event streams? Which is crazy considering the amount of Ubers we've found in the team. They just never happen on the stream. It waited until the last day of the event. Yeah, they all happen immediately after, and that's not a lie either. Like, we have literally ended stream, done one more run and got an Uber drop. I can't remember if the Grand's 30 disc. Was that on stream or not? I genuinely can't remember. You think it was off stream? Yeah, I don't know. I really can't remember. I'd also like to point out that, as is typical for these runs, I don't find anything. If it's off stream, is it even real? I hope so, because if that's the case, then my Psycho one isn't real. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get the banner for that. I was sort of so dumbstruck by it dropping again that I forgot to take a picture of the banner. At least Parkins and you are safe from Skyly runs. Yeah, that's what it is. You come to my runs to to hunt SGS, you get the drop and then you just never run tower again. To be fair though, I mean, in fact, you have done a lot of runs after you find your TGS, so. Beast after check, not grip hit. Never seen one with hit drop. Yeah, Sealed J is a weird one, so you almost don't want it to drop with hit because it's better to stay sealed if it has hit. A Beast is probably the best for TGS. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you have to think about what enemies tend to come at you in big groups. If you're thinking, caves, you've got a lot of enemies that do sort of gang up, so. Teal J sword. No, when it's unsealed, it's the Tsumakiri J sword. Sky's a better man than I. I'd be losing my shit right now. Mega congrats to Parkins. No, it doesn't lose everything. No, it retains the percentages when you unseal it. The only thing you need to be aware of is if you want to add percents to it, you can only add percents to 2 areas if it doesn't have hit instead of 3, because one of the attributes is replaced by the kill counter. So you could have A Beast and then one other attribute basically. Better special, I suppose, AoE death. I mean, the special is basically AoE death, yeah. No, Sealed J sword has hell. It's unreduced hell. It's the only sword in the game outside of S rank swords that can have hell. Yeah, Porkin's got a Sealed J sword drop. It is beaten by Hell Needles, yeah, but to be fair, Hell Needles beat pretty much everything. Thanks to Bits Parkins. One more run till 200. It should be, yeah. I'm at 107,000 now, so the next run should be level 200. So maybe this is the run. I am taking some mega copium now. Can you see bit messages now, Sky? Unfortunately, no. So again, restream chat doesn't show messages. It's really weird. So it shows if someone YouTube members or does super chat, it shows up in the restream chat. It doesn't show Twitch subs and it doesn't show Twitch bits for some reason. I don't know why. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably stop using the restream chat and basically have YouTube and Twitch chat both open on OBS. So this time for Sky SGS. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I'll be honest. If I don't get at this event, I will keep hunting it. I've hunted it for 20 years. I'm not going to stop. Yeah, so Twitch bits, I noticed them because obviously I can hear the prompt when they get donated, and it does show up on the stream as well. It pops up like the top of the screen in the alert box. But yeah, it doesn't show up in the restream chat for some reason. What's another 20 years exactly? Yeah, so you'll be tuning into my streams when I'm about, you know, coming up to 60. I'm like, I'll get this sword one day. Do I dare tempt fate and make another call? If you want to make another call, go for it. Playing PSO on your Zimmer frame. Yeah, look, streaming from the nursing home because they can't stop me playing PSO. So the next run should be the level 200 run. I mean, the dream is obviously to kill a Gigu for level 200 and get SGS on that Gigu. That would just be perfect. It's not going to happen. You missed the banner because you were joining the game as it dropped. Skylight's nursing home heart rate monitor just beeps the raindrop sound. Okay, it has been called, so the call has been made that another SGS is going to drop. You want to join the 200 game? Yeah, no worries. I mean, obviously, if we try and rotate from who was in the last game, I think Drac. Yeah, I would say. If we say Drac, definitely, because I mean Drac's been at basically every single stream. I would say Minsk if you want to join it. I think because you've been at pretty much every stream as well. Yeah, no worries, Drac. I mean, like I say, you've been here pretty much since the start of the channel, so... So we are going to get a banner. That is definite. We are going to get a banner. Unless someone else hits 200 and overrides it. Please don't do that. So yeah, I would say probably Drac, maybe Minsk if Minsk wants to join. And then... It's really hard. It's always unfair trying to pick someone for the 4 slot. Maybe Vector is playing with the Flowers. I mean, again, Vector has been basically every stream. I mean, I say that. I mean, to be fair, like Mist and Porkins have been here pretty much every stream as well. So it does kind of feel bad leaving people out of level 200 game, but I can only bring 3 people. I'm no good at picking favourites. It's not picking favourites, it's just, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, well, Mortal Kombat for it, yeah. You all fight in the lobby, and whoever survives can join. You happy to sit out? You got more than you expected already. I mean, some people are saying that we need to do a go ball match to determine who gets the last slot. do teams properly this time, though. I mean, we could do a go ball match if you want to determine who gets in. I mean, as I say, I think Drac and Minsk definitely, because they've been pretty much since the start. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only way we can really do it, isn't it? I mean, the only way is to do like a battle mode or something, and whoever beats the other one gets it, but that's a bit unfair. You'll sit out on Sky's next level 200. Might be a while till the next one, but... Oh, you just never use Taker until LGP gets a Steam Deck. Yeah, just completely troll everyone and just go, actually, no, we're not going to hit 200. Yeah, so I mean, who is actually interested? Are you sure, Vector, that you want to sit out? Oh, the baby's awake. Okay. I mean, if you're absolutely sure that you don't want to be in. Don't you need Vector luck, though? Yeah, so I mean, if Vector's baby's awake, then... Oh, thanks for gifting those memberships, Vector. And congrats to everyone who got a membership as well. You used a bit call last time and summoned an SGS. You used another one now for Sky. Pick a number between 1 and 10. Okay, I have picked one. Anyone that wants to join the 4th slot, guess it. Well, I've had a few guesses so far. No one has guessed it yet. I just mute outside like a DMC head. I like that. Pick a number between 1 and 10. 69. They're trying to guess a number between 1 and 10 to determine who gets the 4th slot in. Toby Fox isn't known for DMCAing. Yeah, I mean, Mighty Fine's just more for safety than anything else. Pi. I mean, it's technically between 1 and 10. You're rooting for me here. I mean, to be fair, no one has guessed the number yet. No, unfortunately, it was not 6.9 either. Still, no one has guessed it. Here's a half-up message. Big congrats to Sky on another 200. Given the responsibility of modding for this fantastic community has been fantastic. Came at a time where I was in a dark patch and it really gives me something to look forward to every week. That's really nice of you to say, dude. Thanks for coming every week as well, and obviously for the modding that you're doing, and for just, you know, and to everyone as well, just for being a really, really chill community as well. Oh my god, bro, quit running Forest. Burn Forest stream went. Yeah, next stream is Central Dome Fire Swirl. How funny would it actually be to do a maximum attack Forest to get to 200? I'm not doing it, but... Right, so no one has guessed this number still. So... At this point, I think I'm just going to make a game, and I would say Draken definitely needs to be in, Minsk needs to be in, and then I think it's just going to have to be a scramble to see who can get in the fourth slot, because this isn't working. Make the number the password. I like that everyone's just going, oh, you go, you go, you go. This is the downside of PSO having a 4-player limit. Okay, Vector has now decided he's going to join. Right, so we finally have 4. We got there in the end. Alright, let's go. The number was 4, by the way. No one got it. You were close. Have to use the flowers. I mean, I can try. I probably won't be terribly useful in tower using it. It's not the best place for it, but let's also put the BGM back on. In fact, I think we need a music disc. Can we do a music disc that won't get us DMCA'd? Is that a thing? Do you know what? We're doing heart to heart because we love PSO. You got to use your first rare on video. I don't know what my first rare was. Want to borrow my Galatine for the run just because. A DB Saber. I genuinely can't remember what my first rare was with this character. I would imagine it was probably some variety of Flower and Sword, Last Survivor, or Dragon Slayer. Although actually, no, it probably wasn't, because I was actually Viridia originally. I changed ID to Skyly on this character, so it was probably, honestly, it was probably something like a Crush Bullet that I couldn't even use. Everyone is telling me to use a Silence Claw, and I get why. Do I have a Silence Claw in my inventory? We do. Go on, man. I have a 30-hit Silence Claw. I mean, the Silence Claw's been a massive meme since we started playing PSO with the amount of them we get, so yeah, sure, we'll use the Silence Claw. You have a 5-hit Silence Claw, it's untacked. This is the only time you'll ever see me actually use this seriously. I mean, it's not serious, it's a total joke, but... Yeah, I wonder how many other people have hit level 200 using Silence Claw. I would guess not many. Alright, I think it's time for level 200. You have to hold back until the final hit is with the claw. That might take a while. I'm on 107,000 to level, so I'm not quite there yet. Is this not the run then? I mean, it has to be. Level 200 and SGS? Why not both? You called it, it's going to happen, okay. I appreciate that. How funny would it be if it dropped and went to someone else again? Alright, level 200, let's go with a Silence Claw. Oh, this is going to suck so much. Sure, 2 SGS would be nice. Hey, I never said you'd get it. Thanks for that. I will keep checking my experience every so often, just so I know when I'm about to hit it. I haven't actually Zaldua stuff, so I actually do some damage. This is what you made me do. You've made me use a Silence Claw in tower. Why have you done this to me? It is kind of fitting though, because when I hit 200 on the Sega servers, I also hit that in tower as well. You did have Fegality. You did, to be fair. So it's 91k left. I love it. It just has no range whatsoever. Can't even use the special because it'll kill nothing here. I tell you, like, it might kill recall boxes. That'll be about it. How's the stream so far, Sky? Any notable drops? Yeah, we had a very notable one. Hawkins got a sealed JSOD drop. So, and you come to a good time as well, because this should be the run that I get level 200 as well. This terrifies me going near these with a Silence Claw. If you're wondering why I'm using a Silence Claw remote, it's because this weapon has become kind of a meme for our PSO streams because of how often they drop. They drop every single stream. So I was somehow convinced into using a silence cloth for my level 200 run. The second level 200 game joined in all the PSO. I did a couple on the Sega servers with my old team back on there. I think it's my first level 200 game on Ephinea though. As far as I'm aware. Because I don't think I was there for Mr. hitting 200. I mean, I'm guessing we'll probably get quite a few more, to be honest, because there is a few of us that have high 190 characters now. So we're down to 60k. I'm going for the special. Actually got one. Thanks for clearing those boxes, Sky. No worries, that is about as much use as you'll get out of me this run. You should go get your rose. Ends up taking us about an hour to finish tower. So we're getting very, very close now. Thanks, Lily. I'd like to think I'm helping, but I'm really not. Yeah, extremely close now, so I'm down to 30k. It's 28k now. Feel free to use whatever weapon you want when you hit 200, yeah. When you hit 200, it's like I can remove the limiter and tip the silence cloth. He'll drop the SGS for me. I picked up the TGS there, so that was very brave if you're doing that, by the way. I will give it back as soon as I hit 200. So 15k left. What's your verdict on the event now to come to a close? I think it's been good, but I think they need to change how it's done next year to try and discourage people from spamming Forest. Yes, I am happy with what I got though. My big drop so far has been a Psycho one, so I am happy with that. So once I get to 200, I am allowed to briefly use Vector's TGS. I'm down to 4,000, so it might be... It's 2,800, so it's going to be maybe this spawn, if not the next one. Possibly this enemy here. There we go, level 200. Just gotta wait and get the banner. There we go. Got the banner, I'm happy. So now I am allowed to briefly use this Sumakuja sword. And immediately die. That is PSO in a nutshell. I say you got to level 200. Be a shame if you died immediately. It's not helped by the fact that it's like the most irritating spawn in the quest as well. Game's got no chill now. It's like, no, you're at level 200, you've got no excuse now. Oh, thanks, Park. And killing the as well. It's probably the only time I'm ever going to get to use that, so... You're damn right I'm using this sword for the rest of the run now. Vector, I will give you this back via trade window on Pioneer because I don't trust dropping it. Oh, thanks, LGP. Oh, you got screenshots of the 200. Oh, cool. Maybe if we just intimidate the Gigus and hit them with the sword they're meant to drop, maybe that'll work. It didn't work. Cheers, remote. Well, no CLJ, but we got one part of what we were here for, so... Yeah, that is my second level 200 in PSO now. Both this character. And we got a Justy in the end, so that just... That's typical, isn't it, really? It wouldn't be a stream without getting a random Justy drop. Does feel good to be back at 200 again. And thankfully my attack power has maxed, so my min-maxed plan was right. Continuing the original Taker's Legacy, pretty cool. Yeah, so she hit 200 on Sega Blue Burst. And then I've used her in like several games since, so... Can I actually use Trade Window here? No, it has to be in Pioneer 2, apparently. Yeah, max attack power Huni, admittedly, still not that high. Exchange of items is only allowed on board Pioneer. So why can't I do it? Why is Trade Window grayed out? Are you sure you're okay for me to drop it? I can't trade after you accept a quest. That's so stupid, isn't it, really? Right, I'm going to drop it then, Vector. Hopefully it's alright. Yeah, thanks for lending me that. Yeah, it's really weird, that, isn't it, that you can't trade during a quest? No Mince got it. You briefly saw it hit the ground. To be fair, it was dropped and immediately picked up, which I do not blame you. Well, Silence Claw, you've served me well. You can now go back in the storage again, probably forever. Also, we didn't even use the music disc, so... You'd like to pronounce it Justy the 21st, not Justy 23ST. To next level, 0. Looks good. Yeah, thanks to everyone for joining the level 200 game as well. Apologies to anyone who couldn't get in the game. It's just I wanted to pick people who, without any disrespect to anyone who's watched the streams, I wanted to pick people who've obviously been here since pretty much since the start. If I could have more people in the game, I would. Yeah, I think the only person that isn't around since like the start of the streams is maybe Scribe. It's so touching, I'm gonna cry. You'll be Scribe from home. I mean, to be fair, I think you're pretty much the same colour as his Raycast was, so it works. Yeah, I'm guessing Scribe's just been really busy with like real life stuff. I don't think he's really been on PSO that much, honestly, so we talk about him like a myth. Yeah, because I think we did challenge mode with him. I think it was shortly after that. He got Psycho 1 red ring, got near level 200 and left. Yeah, I have no idea if he still plays, honestly. Was challenge mode back in January? God, was it that long ago? I saw him appear online in Discord once, so I realised everyone wasn't talking about an old guy writing books. So you got SGS, time for you to go. Maybe end of December, okay. I mean, speaking of challenge mode, at some point I would like to do episode 2 challenge mode. I think that'd be fun to do on stream as well if we can. If not, we can do it off stream. Because having seen how much Hell Needles wreck everything in Ep 2, I want one. The 1 year mark is fast approaching. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how long I've been streaming, actually. It's gone past really quickly. So I'm guessing, is everyone else in the middle of a run? I'm going to assume. SGS or bust. I appreciate the effort there. January 14th, okay. Well, I mean, we've achieved something here today. We've achieved a lot. We've got an SGS drop. Again, massive congrats to Porkins for getting that. That's insane to get 2 SGS drops in the community over the course of the event. You're going to rewatch the stream for Porkins SGS. Yeah, I didn't really react to it at all at first because I didn't even notice it had dropped. It's one of those things where you see the banner and then I just noticed it was a European banner, which makes me look at it because I know the European ship is quite quiet, and if someone gets a drop on the European ship, it's a decent chance of being someone that plays here. Well, my time as the newest level 200 on Ephinea didn't last very long. So I reckon I've maybe got time for one more run. I'm happy to do anything because I've hit 200. I appreciate we have done Skylight Tower for the entire stream. If you want to do another Skylight Tower, I'm fine with it. If you want to do something else, I'm totally fine with that as well. Less than 5 million to 200. You're not that far then, really. I mean, once the event ends, it'll obviously take longer, but I think, what, a couple of weeks at most, maybe. This honestly hasn't felt like any work to get to 200 because of how insane the experience has been. I'm glad that I've had the experience of doing it, quote unquote, properly on the Sega servers to get the full experience of it. Won't be next week, yeah. It depends how much you play, doesn't it? I mean, 5 million's quite a lot to close off without experience boosts. I also don't know... I also have no idea what the RBR will be next week. I have no idea what the boost week will be next week. Because during the event, we've had all 4 boosts active, so I don't know what it'll reset to. Tower 2 is still going. How long has it been going? I'm guessing they're probably quite close to the end. Although there is only 3 of them. Maybe I changed the date. I honestly haven't even looked at it. This is I believe this is the last day of the event. I think the event ends tomorrow, as far as I'm aware. Mop-up 2, Lost Bind Assault, new mop-up 4. You don't need to spend your badges, Porkins. So the anniversary shop will stay active all year. Obviously, you won't be able to get badge drops after the event ends. Yeah, the shop stays open after the event ends, so you can access that anytime. Well, that's what it says on the Ephinea wiki anyway. So you should be able to trade for any time, really. Just answered the question. About 3 people asked it at about the same time. Skylight Lost Bind Assault. What area is Lost Bind Assault? Christmas is coming. I have 80 coal in my bank. Spaceship, okay. Yeah, I'm down to do that if you want. So maybe final run stream is Miss Parkins and a 4th. I think we obviously need to try and switch things around a bit, so Socks and Up2 and Oran drop Guren. I mean, for Guren, I think would Sky Del Saber's better for that, maybe. I'm not sure. Having said that, I mean, nothing has dropped in Spaceship really at all. You'll sit out and snag a Heaven Punisher on Fodra. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do Lost Bind Assault to wrap the stream up if you want. Skylight is pretty good for it because you obviously get Daylight Scar from the Barons as well. I'm not really familiar with the Ep2. One Twilight Sanctuary to wrap up the stream. Or on guess Daylight from Del Sabers. Okay, so the drops are just switch around. I can't remember what Oran spaceship's like apart from the Gurren and Daylight Scar. And what I'll do is, because I'm just aware of time, I will start up a Skylight drop. We've still never done Mines Offensive on stream. I don't think I've done Mines Offensive at all, honestly. The thing is, with a lot of those quests, a lot of them are really long. Sky's better on MA because no sorcerers, but they're swapped. Okay. Just do MA spaceship if you want to do a short quest. Yeah, that should be fine. I mean, I suppose we lose MA spaceship after today anyway, so yeah, we can just do an MA spaceship run then if you want. So I will make one then for spaceship. Oh, looks like the other team's ready actually. Oh god, that was horrible. I should not fought. Tower is fun that way, yeah. If you like quests with a lot of death in them, then yeah, do Tower. It was my first traumatic PSO experience. Oh, let's check this quest out. Gonna hop back on green. Yeah, no worries. So what I'll do is, yeah, because of the stream, this is probably the last run of the stream, I think. So I will set up a Skylight spaceship game then. And whoever wants to join, feel free. Again, just sort of try and rotate around so it's fair. If you die on tower, it just means it likes you. I mean, to be fair, the Mericarals do laugh at you when they kill you, so they're obviously having fun. Never thought I'd see Sky say boys. It's me fighting desperately against the Ravages of Time, trying to prove that I'm not ancient. You cringe every time a friend says it on Daisy, he has a kid. Unless it's French, pronounced boise. Exactly, yeah, I was just practicing my French. And the fact that no one has joined this yet makes me wonder, have I made this as a one-player game? Oh, thanks, Ramsel. No, I haven't made it as a one-player game. Good. Good to know. It's just the off-putting title. Nobody knows it's this game. Oh, hi, Sushot. So yeah, no SGS unfortunately on stream, but the hunt will go on. I mean, once the event ends on PSO, I will alternate the weekend streams a bit more for Phantasy Star games, so we will switch it up more between PSO, PSU, NGS and so on. But we will still feature PSO quite heavily on the channel because it's the main game I play and it's the main game I enjoy, so... It's just like, you know, if this was the chance of getting SGS during the event, this is the chance of getting it outside. Zero multiplayer. I'd have to look into how to set it up. I'm still super low level as well, but I'm not against it. Knowing how twisted PSO is, you're going to get the SGS after the event ends. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Huka Seal next 200 or phony. I think my phony world is more realistic. I think my phony world is at about 162, so she's way off. I think she has about a quarter of the experience of this character, which is insane. But yeah, I think probably my phony world next. Alright, so let's do a spaceship run just to finish out the stream. I knew you went the wrong way again. You'd think after 20 years you would know which door to go in, but here we are. That was the journey you were invested in, the phony going from being one shot to being able to tank the false slap. And now she's an absolute beast now because she has a cycle one now. Tale of our time. It was really fun, like trying desperately to get her through TDF without getting one shot by fault. And then doing it all again in challenge mode as well. If there's one thing that helps Forces Survive, hit Psycho Wand. Yeah, Psycho Wand famous for helping you survive. Yeah, we did one of the Ep4 quests we did a couple of days ago. And it's the one where a lot of the rooms are like super heated and you basically take damage over time when you go through them. And we were basically in that using Psycho Wand. Essentially speedrunning how to delete yourself. See, now we're talking rares. Victorax. Remember when I was 102 less levels? Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I think when I first saw you in Stream Slingshot, I think you were about, was it around level 80 or something? Around there. And now you're what? 189? Yeah, sorry, not Victorax, Vectorax, yeah. Parkin's using the SGS. It's funny how the phrase "a bad workman blames their tools" doesn't apply to RPGs. Only downside of getting SGS is that now you have to put up with 23,000 kills. Which honestly, unsealing things in PSO is probably one of the least interesting things in the game. You're gonna get a swordsman's law and unseal everything at once. That's probably the best way to do it, honestly. Two limiters, a law, and SGS, let's go. So it looks like Drac has a space in his game, so if anyone is in chat watching and you want to join a game, it looks like there's a space free. What's that? Here's a question for chat. If they were a PSO weapon, what would they be? You'd be Akiko's walk. Oh, thanks, AJ. Yeah, we just hit it a little while ago in Tower Run. You'd be a chainsword. I like how you say, obviously, I'm the SGS. I'm like, I feel like I'm the only person that doesn't have an SGS at this point. You'd be Samba Maracas. I mean, sounds good. Lavis Cannon, okay. And if I was chaotic and useful only to certain people. I like that you say SGS for me because I like to see that as, yeah, maybe I haven't reached my full potential yet. Or is that no SGS, you bring dishonor to family? I know, me showing up with these little baby swords. Yeah, LGP, I think for you it has to be Crazy Tune, like, for obvious reasons. I agree with that. It could be solely, you know, if you're bad in chat and do something to get banned, then... You're expecting Photon Launcher, looks cool, otherwise useless. I would suggest otherwise. Level 200, it did say the journey was just beginning. I mean, it is. I mean, 200 is the start. So later, you have to go through my crazy boyfriend to get to me. The Del Sabers were very synchronized. One of the weird things about Spaceship is that the Del Sabers in Ep 2 have really low dart resist, so you can instant kill them really easily, which makes no sense for like a Ruins monster. But That's how it is. Did the Excalibur a whole lot of work. It'll take another 83 million experience to find SGS. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, to be honest, during this event, we have seen 2 SGS drops. That is 2 more than I have seen in the previous 20 years. I mean, the real sort of cope take from this is, you know, it only takes the right dice roll. It just happens that that dice will be 12,500 sided. Dark Resist being low makes sense because it's a VR version of them, so they programmed it wrong. I mean, maybe. That is how probabilities work, yeah. We just give up making that many sided dice. The dice were broken this event. I think mine... I've said this before, I have had some good drops from this event. I got 1 Uber drop. Because I don't really consider the Heart of Samba Marak as an Uber, honestly. I had 1 Uber drop, but I have had a few really decent sort of regular drops as well. So, you know, I got a 35 hit Monkey King bar, I got a 25 hit Daylight Scar. So I have had some really nice drops. And obviously the Psycho Wand as well. Speaking of dice, weren't we going to do a D&D stream at some point? I think we've discussed D&D before. I think we mentioned it in the Discord that I am interested in learning more about D&D. I've never played it myself. You got a 25 hit Gurren after making Jizai. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I can confirm that if you are leveling a Huniwell, the min-max guide on Ephinea's wiki is right. I was getting very worried because at level 199 I still hadn't capped my attack power. But it caps at 200. Ephinea guide's now Skyly approved. I approved the Huniwell one. I'm not sure about the others. They're probably right, to be fair. They've been done by people who played the game for years. You've run MAE spaceship like 100 times and not a single Daylight Sky drop for you. Someone dropped a 0 hit one for you though. Yeah, I think I've seen 2 Daylight Sky drops. The one that I got just happened to have 25 hit. I've only seen 1 Gurren drop. Oh, you just got a 25 hit Daylight Sky as well? Oh, cool, Drac. Oh, it's 35 tech. Oh, nice. So we managed to get to level 200 and we have still never had anything good in the arm shop. We've never had charge Vulcans with more than 40 hit. We've never had charge arms with 50 hit. I mean, yeah, it is called min-max, yeah. It does say that it'll max your important stats by 200. I just didn't realise it would be literally maxing your attack power at 200. And then there's Draken selling those 50 hit 40 dark arms like hotcakes. Yeah, honestly, that's one of the most profitable things that you can get. If you manage to get something like that show up in your shop, you just buy tons of them and, you know, just there's always people wanting to buy them, so it's a really easy way of making PDs. So yeah, so I think we will end the stream there for today. So again, thanks to everyone for joining. You know, congrats again to Porkins for getting the sealed J-Sword drop. And just really, really nice to finally hit level 200 on Ephinea as well. So on Wednesday's stream, we will, I think on Wednesday, we're probably going to play some Monster Hunter World on Wednesday. There'll be a PSP2 video on Monday, and that'll go live to members on Monday and then everyone else on the Wednesday. And then next Sunday, there will be the return of the PSO lore guide, which will be for episode 4, because chronologically episode 4 is next. But yeah, as usual, if you enjoyed the stream, please consider the usual like and subscribing, joining as a member on YouTube side, or following or subbing on Twitch. You can also join the Discord, which is a link to in the chats. Feel free to join us over there, because we do play off stream as well. You can also follow me on Twitter at SectionSkyly as well. Cheers, dude. Yeah, thanks, Pega. So yeah, on the next stream, like I say, we'll do Monster Hunter World on the next stream, and then next Sunday's stream, I'm not sure yet. We may do PSO, we may do PSU, or NGS, I haven't decided yet. But I'll update you guys near the time on that. As usual, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys.